works a lattice work of leaks. The cot caves in, the carpet reeks. The termite and the weevil are practicing medieval medical techniques, and inky fungus crawls the walls. La cucaracha rules the halls. In here the men in general's hats know that the rats outrank them all. You've been checked into Walter Reed. 4 in 5 doctors are agreed that when all is said and done, this experience is one you really did not need. Some former Halliburton men have proved their competence again at finding taxpayers to bleed through Walter Reed. As soon as you begin your stint, you'll sport a garment made of lint, with the cobwebs on the ceiling revealing faith-based healings about to make a mint. See how the vermin in their swarms get higher-ranking uniforms and never slink away until they've made you fill out 5 more forms. You've been checked in at Walter Reed. The U.S. government's decreed that this hospital be forced to have its staff outsourced by contractors in greed. So don't be bothered by the germs. They're all employed by private firms who all have CEOs to feed at Walter Reed. In the Middle Ages, they might have cured you with a leech. It's different today. Today, they pay the leeches 60 million each. They never even cleared the trash or watched an episode of MASH. They said support the troops and then said oops and crawled off with the cash. A great career was what they said. They said they'd get you college cred, and now some sickly sycophant tells you they can't get you a bed. Welcome instead to Walter Reed, home of the fearless centipede, where the possums and the mice complain about the lice as fire ants stampede. And all these creatures see that you're another casualty of war. They say they'd love to cure you, but you know that isn't what the army is really for. So Homo sapiens, take heed. Who's in control of Walter Reed? Is it really rats and fleas who spread the most disease? Or is it simple greed? Or some crony company whose motto seems to be that first you don't succeed? Or some clod who wants to jettison most of modern medicine according to some creed? So check them in at Walter Reed. Dissatisfaction guaranteed. My friend, we must play haste. I think it is a taste of their own medicine they need, so that the rest of us be freed from Walter Reed.
So as earlier mentioned, we lived for a little while in California. Hello.
He said, I'm taking a communication seminar so I can learn effective ways to get my meaning through. I'm supposed to practice on an unsuspecting layperson, so please don't be alarmed if I communicate with you.
I said I may not be the neophyte you need, for I myself am now enrolled in a communications course. I've just attained the rank of upper intermediate, so my communication may be more advanced than yours.
He said, perhaps you've tried my guru's revolutionary 12 steps to communication as seen on TV, whereby until I get my green belt in communication, every conversation has a cashback guarantee.
I said, well, I prefer to learn communication from a bona fide professional, what you might call a pro. The book that I use is called Talk Your Way to Fortune, which commends, it recommends it. Oh, well, you know,
with these no-frills communication skills, you'll soon attain your business goals and ace your interviews to your own ends. You'll mesmerize your friends with your newfound Herculean ability to schmooze.
I said my personal communication trainer is an ex-interrogation expert from the CIA, touring the circuit with his smash self-help bestseller titled 6 Communication Skills from Guantanamo Bay.
He said a large part of my turbo-powered business plan is scoping out new markets for communication skills. That's why I got this book called How to Talk to Liberals, but after reading half of it, I probably never will.
I said that's fascinating, not so much to me, of course. To me, communication comes from very deep within. That's why I'm managing this dialogue through body language. Most of what I'm saying now, I'm saying with my chin.
He said your backwoodsy colloquial expressions might distract you from the eloquently crafted turns of phrase, by which I effortlessly steer this conversation towards a point where you agree with things I never even say. With these techniques, in under 30 weeks, in every disagreement, you'll get your way guaranteed. You'll see through lies, you'll never compromise, and every day you'll make new friends, which every day you'll need. Yes, this may be the last book that you'll ever have to read. Said the beauty of ideal communication is the way it differentiates us from a mere machine, which is what I've been doing throughout this conversation ever since we started networking. Well, you know what I mean.
I said, well, listen, I'm just speaking hypothetically. You know how in that movie where the evil robots talk?
He says, oh right, it has that thing where there's this screen or something scrolling all its choices what to say inside some box.
I'm like, well, right, that was before he was the governor. I guess it's just the point was that it's just, oh shit, I must have lost my train of wit.
And he's like, yeah, but oh, excuse me, were you what? And he's like, oh my god, that's it.
So I'm like,
what? And he's like, we just can't communicate. And
I'm like, yeah, well, bummer if that's harshing on your buzz. Like, unlike some of us, at least you get your money back. So don't, like, have some major cow. And he, like, does.
Like he's all totally, like he's all got it going on. And I'm like going totally, like, yeah, I mean, hello. Cause it's like, I'm like, he's like, so not got it going on. And I'm like, oh, whatever, dude. And he's just all like, whoa. Like, oh my god, he's like all freaking out and everything. And I'm like, oh, no, stuff. And he's like, oh, yeah. It's like, it's so like, just, I mean, so how it goes is like, it's just, I mean, so like, come on, it's just like, duh. And well, I mean, like, well, like, I'm like, this is so like, and he's like, oh, okay. And oh my god, it's totally like not. And he's like, oh, no way, and crap, and I'm, like, way. And he's like, oh, no way, and crap, and I'm, like, way. And he's like, oh, no way, and crap, and I'm, like, way.
Thank you. That's a true story.